this next question, Juliana, is a big one. I tend to ask a lot of Brazilian coaches this question. So in your opinion, why has Brazil produced so many legends in combat sports? And they're known for their extremely passionate, not just football fans, but MMA fans. It's fascinating. You could do a documentary on it. You could write a PhD dissertation on Brazil and combat sports. It's a fascinating country that's produced many, many big legendary names, as we all know. What can you tell us about Brazil and its deep-rooted appreciation for all combat sports, including mixed martial arts?
Vander, ele está perguntando agora, na sua opinião, por que o Brasil ele é tão forte no MMA? Por que ele produz tantos atletas de grande renome? E também, ao mesmo tempo, produz fãs muito apaixonados, né, pelo MMA, pelo esporte de combate.
Então, o Brasil é um país muito grande, né? O nosso território é muito grande e é muito diverso, né? O Brasil, ao longo desses anos, de séculos, recebemos muitos imigrantes, né? E imigrantes que vieram com as suas culturas para o Brasil, incluindo as artes marciais. Então, hoje, a gente tem uma mistura de raças muito grandes. Eu acho que isso é a favor do Brasil, né? Nós temos negros, pardos, asiáticos, todo mundo misturado. Então, acho que o brasileiro conseguiu o biotipo certo para o MMA ou para os esportes de combate, além dessas culturas todas que recebemos do Japão, Coreia, de Tailândia, de grandes países que já têm uma tradição nas artes marciais. Então, esse é o grande motivo do Brasil ter conseguido esse destaque todo nos esportes de combate. E a gente acredita que a cada geração isso vai se melhorar, né? Vai se melhorando, né? Não é se melhorar, vai se melhorando a cada geração. O Brasil vai ficando mais e mais forte, né? A gente consegue ter grandes campeões em várias modalidades de combate: karatê, taekwondo, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, boxe. Então, o Brasil ele é sim um grande destaque, e os fãs brasileiros, né, o povo brasileiro, ele adora a luta, né? A gente tem aqui os canais que são especializados, a mídia que vem mostrando, né? E é uma geração de ídolos, né? Como a gente tem o Minotauro, uma lenda, o Anderson Silva, uma lenda, o Vanderlei Silva, uma lenda, e agora a gente está produzindo novas lendas para o Brasil. Então, a gente tem hoje o Charles do Bronx, a gente tem o Davidson Figueiredo, né? E em outras modalidades de esporte de combate, a gente tem grandes ídolos também. Eu acho que isso tudo é que torna o esporte de combate, o MMA, no Brasil, ser um dos esportes favoritos. E é o que mais cresce, né? Vem crescendo muito no mundo, e principalmente no Brasil.
Perfeito. So he was explaining to us that Brazil is a very big country. And not only that, it's very diverse. There's an incredible mix of races there, because Brazil historically got many immigrants from all over the world. And of course, when immigrants went to Brazil, they brought their own culture. And many of these immigrants, they come from the Asian side of the world. So the Japanese culture, the Thailand, people from Thailand, from all these countries that the martial arts culture is so strong, so present. And this is why he believes that when the people went to Brazil and mixed with the natives, this created a new body type per se that helped a lot with the sport. So the mixture of all these different races, all these different people, created this generation of people that are very strong, and they are very skilled for mixed martial arts. And this only gets better, generation after generation. It only gets better, stronger, and Brazil keeps creating all these big champions, and not only in MMA, but all sorts of fights and combat sports disciplines there. And this is also why it explains why Brazilian fans are so passionate, because when you have all these idols like Minotauro that we said before, that we call him Minotauro in Brazil, but I know many people know him as Big Nog.
Right.
But also Anderson Silva, Vitor Belfort, and now the new generation coming. So Brazil is represented by Charles de Bronx and also Davison Figueiredo. So all of them, they lead the way, and the fans come to support them because they are big champions.
That's an excellent answer. Thank you very much for that. And it's important to note, I mean, like this country has really been pioneering, mixed martial arts before there was a mixed martial arts, quite frankly, even as, before the 80s and so on, as far as it becoming popular, you would see, Brazilian fighters in Japan in the early 90s, the mid 90s, and all the legendary names that and their contributions to the sport. I think anywhere you go in the world that has a legitimate professional mixed martial arts promotion will always have Brazilian representation through and through. And it's interesting too, because in the Americas, particularly in the US and Canada, a lot of people know, obviously are familiar with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well as judo. Brazil produces a hell of a lot of judo competitors at the international level. But it's important to note that it's almost like it's as popular as what, say, football is internationally, globally. Brazil's contribution to combat sports through primarily Jiu-Jitsu and MMA is extremely well known. So that's why I asked that, because I think culture is a very integral part of the Brazilian story and identity, and it's you see it a lot in their combat sports and culture.